how, in Norse mythology, Thor, who first appeared in the Viking Age, didn't soar through the skies. He rode a carriage drawn by two goats that he could feast on daily, only for them to resurrect the next morning, to be eaten again and again. The god of thunder got a solid superpower for surviving a recession, given how bad the economy is. However, taking into account superhero inflation a millennium later at Marvel, it barely covers a superhero coffee. Thor's creator hit the exact same wavelength.
This comic strip is lame and derivative.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, Stan Lee!
Creator of Marvel Comics?
Stan Lee cooked up Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Loki, Doc Ock, the Avengers, and 1,200 more Marvel characters. Thor needed to fly, yet many already fly just springing off their sneakers.
Propulsion, he just goes like this.
So they wanted some signature to give him a boost. Now, this kind of movement is pure chef's kiss. In reality, behind closed doors, the creators were trying to make the superhero hold up to scientific scrutiny. Surprisingly, they cracked it.
Here's this big hammer with a leather thong that's wrapped around his wrist. So when he wants to fly, he swings it around like a propeller and lets it go. And the hammer goes flying off, but the thong is attached to his wrist. So he goes. Science!
Contrary to popular belief, even if it's set in another universe, you still need to establish rules in your world. That's in turn physics.
Enough said.
Scandinavian mythology. Mjolnir, the hammer that never misses its mark when thrown. That's what keeping me up at night. Why some lift it like a grocery bag while others can't, like it's Excalibur. Any thoughts, Blondie?
For the love for Norse mythology, do you even lift?
Mighty hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star.
Zombie star, aka neutron star, is what's left when a star runs out of thermonuclear fuel. The core shrinks on itself. The outer layers are blown off in a supernova explosion, stops producing energy through fusion, and slowly cools off. They typically pack at least 1.5 to 2 times the sun's mass into a radius of just 10 kilometers. Zombie stars are stupidly dense, like a sugar cube that weighs 1 billion tons. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson also takes an interest in Thor and his Mjolnir. He calculated that a mallet made from neutron star material would weigh as much as
these fun props, like inflated planets.
a herd of 300 billion elephants.
In this 76th flick, you, superheroes, won't win as you did in the unpredictable previous 75. All your buddies have fallen. The end to the Marvel movies. Kids will have to read Dostoevsky at home. What have you?
My elephants! Thor, buddy, watch it with the neutron star on a stick. You could sneeze wrong.
I heard you say it's just a sugar cube.
And then I got out-nerded.
Yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson made it a laughingstock, career-ending blunder.
Forged in the heart of a dying star.
In, not from. Mjolnir was crafted in the heart of a dying star, but so were you. Officially, Mjolnir weighs 19 kilograms. If I hit you in the face with that, you're a memory regardless, so the margin of difference between 19 kilograms and 300 billion elephants is negligible. But how come that almost none of the greatest defenders of Earth can lift 19 kilograms?
Come on, Cap.
Their gym memberships should be revoked immediately. Top shelf hooch, let's get hammered.
In Norse mythology, anyone beefy could lift Mjolnir. But in the comics, they wanted to introduce a moral dimension and nerf him a notch. Thor, yourself time to time are unable to lift it. So Marvel's Mjolnir operates on worthiness, powered by Thor's readiness to sacrifice his life for his wife, Sif, the Norse goddess of earth, fertility, and family. I now see Mjolnir not as a solely physics question, but Immanuel Kant's concept of autonomy. The ability to resist external pressures and internal desires to do the right thing. It may be your worth as a person in general, or in some specific aspect of your life, your job, relationship, or as a member of society. It's only natural. We all wonder whether we're good enough or whether we do enough. Have you shed a tear for your wifey? Hammer unlocked, as you could guess.
But we need to go.
Inanimate hunks of metal can hoist it like it's picking up the laundry. Thanos, meanwhile, has been pumping iron for nothing.
But if you put the hammer in an elevator, it would still go up. Elevator's not worthy.
We've already lived to see iris scans, cardiac signatures, vein pattern recognition. An internet user, Alan Pan, created something rather amusing. He installed a handle with a fingerprint scanner and equipped the hammer with an electromagnet. So did Hacksmith Industries. You can also implant in your hands a unique chip that deactivates the electric circuit, meaning only you carrying that chip will be able to lift it. Newton's third law tells us Mjolnir stays put because the upward force applied by an unworthy person is cancelled out by the equal downward force of the hammer's weight. Professor of physics, author of The Physics of Superheroes, James Kakalis, suggests this metal might emit graviton particles.
Graviton buildup could be a precursor to mass expansion.
The particles which can mediate gravity the way photons mediate light, increasing Mjolnir's weight proportionally to your pull, thereby keeping a coffee table intact, have been theoretically suggested to exist, but yet haven't been experimentally discovered on Earth. Not where the action is being taken. Asgard. It's god tier scientifically ahead of us. As additional input data, the physics needs to introduce one more character-shaped variable. The coffee table, as it should, is already nervous. By the way, which one do you want me to pick?
It's Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Bruce Valanche.
I'm not Bruce Valanche.
Oh, what are you supposed to be? Oh, right, you're supposed to be that,
The Incredible.
Right, the Incredible Chaz Bono. Remember, honey, Dancing with the Stars, the fat transsexual?
Did you see my skin? I'm green.
The Incredible Harvey Firestein?
No, Harvey Firestein's just gay and fat, honey. He's not green.
The person I'm dressed at is not fat and not gay.
The incredibly fat and gay skinny straight man?
Having accidentally had his DNA altered by gamma radiation. U.S. Department of Defense scientist Bruce Banner's strength tends toward infinity proportionally to the intensity of his extreme emotions. They trigger a massive adrenaline surge, which activates the gamma radiation sleeping within his cellular structure.
Oh, please don't make me angry, pal. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
All right, Peter, that's enough.
But the hammer's weight increases proportionally along with it too. On that curve, the hammer with its density and weight will politely sink through the earth, become a black hole, and swallow us all!
Hold it, son. Wouldn't you rather have an exciting action figure?
Ah, but only Batman fits in my Batmobile.
Are you nuts? The thing fits in there perfectly. Look, he's fitting right now.
I'd build a portable hydraulic press like Jake Laser. Well, the hammer isn't racist. It's Thor's means of transportation. If I were a part of Hacksmith Industries holding their Mjolnir, I'd scream, I am worthy, since it jumpstarts a car. Actually spinning a heavy object up to high speeds and then using its angular momentum to get stuff done is a classic method of energy transfer in the engineering playbook. That's just your everyday flywheel. We've been rocking this tech for almost 1,000 years. Any track and field hammer thrower will tell you, twirl any heavy mass like a centrifuge. If you lose your footing but keep holding onto the hammer, you'll find yourself flying out of the circle. Thor's doing exactly this. Conservation of momentum. Take a 70-kilogram human. If he wants a leisure commute of 160 kilometers per hour, the required hammer launch velocity comes out to 750 kilometers per hour. Throw in energy losses to the stretch and shock of the strap, air resistance, other party crashers, stay 800 kilometers per hour to keep the god of thunder from arriving late. With Mjolnir spinning at the outstretched hand, half a meter from the center of mass, the math of angular momentum reveals something surprisingly mundane. 4,200 cycles per minute is all it takes, the same number one's Toyota casually runs at. So, what have we hammered out for now? The world's most epic drums. Thor remembers his high school track and field, hammer throwing to build up Toyota's RPM like a flywheel. The momentum converts from angular to linear, taking off and flying away. His hand taking off and flying away. Fountains of gore wishes he had his goat carriage instead. The world's saddest violin. For that not to be painful, mechanical prosthetics are needed. Intermediate verdict. Thor is a Norse-flavored biorobot out of the Philadelphia experiment, assembled by budget-friendly Thor Yoda. You may have found your rings, but don't forget your roots. What? In Old Norse, your name literally means thunder. It still rocks, particularly in Norwegian and Danish. Black hole or coffee table, it's a legal obligation. He must wield thunder with lightning. Look, 1752. Benjamin Franklin feathers a key to a kite to collect static charge in his Leyden jar, proving that the sky is full of electricity. 1891, Nikola Tesla invents the Tesla coil, wireless energy transmission. We understand the general process of lightning. Colliding ice particles in clouds ionize them. A discharge occurs when the electric field strength exceeds the air's ability to insulate. Interesting, the immediate mechanism that triggers the initiation of breakdown in the air is still unknown. Mjolnir fires gravitons upward, and once the charge is in the hammer, the lightning bolt then looks for the path of least resistance. Searches for it within 100-meter range. So these 100 meters are the attack range for Thor to effectively target the least resistant villain. Leave it to Jake Laser, transporting a Tesla coil on your back. But larger charges. Say hello to him. An electric eel that can generate 600 volts using cells called electrocytes, which build up charge through ions and chemistry, and enable the eel to discharge them all at once, to strike prey without shocking itself. Thanks to insulating fatty tissue, short duration of the shocks, and the preference of current to flow into water. Taking a page from the eel's biology textbook, when Thor stands there looking brutal in the rain and summons lightning, some will travel through the moisture and burn his clothes off. Verdict: a shocking number doesn't know Thursday in English means Thor's Day.
Because I don't need to remember where I parked. I throw out my hand, the hammer rockets over.
Loki Scepter must be here.
I'm lost.
Every particle in this universe is pulling on every other. Me in the I Wanna Believe poster for sure. It's just a gentle one, given our insufficient mass, as per the law of universal gravitation. Based on movies analysis, Mjolnir appears to accelerate back at 20 meters per square second from 100 meters out. Either Mjolnir or the Viking needs to briefly increase their mass to that of the Mediterranean Sea, while somehow leaving the surrounding neighborhood undemolished. The rest of us can use what Tyrantrum Screen tested, built using fitness rubber bands. Verdict: physics takes a bit of a hammering. Let's get back to the Titanic macro-scale unit. We haven't finished business in one equation. You can already spot, can't you, what's tying my brain into a pretzel?
And his pants.
How do this bulldozer's pants stay on? At 5'9", he won't find it that easy on dating apps. One anger management failure, he towers at 7'6". That's what's needed. Bruce Banner's height balloons by a factor 1.3. His waist circumference, say, 1.7, owing to his considerably bulkier build. Thus, Hulk's pants need to hit yoga class elasticity of 70%. A scientific study found stretchability of jeans up to 34% after a laundry marathon, with an average of 4%. pure spandex pants. They can stretch past 100%, then return to their original size. Verdict, it's stretching science a bit. Banner has to accept certain fashion choices.
Ah! You broke my Batmobile.
Broke or made it better?
So we have these two units.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I don't like you now.
And what do you think they do in the movies? Sprint at each other. Well, Newton's third law splits the bill perfectly down the middle. Both of them will experience the same magnitude of force during the collision, therefore the same change of momentum. Sit down on the floor, spread your legs and close your eyes. Have faith in physics. I'm rolling a bowling ball there, then a toddler's ball at identical speeds. The difference in your feelings is Rene Descartes' momentum. It packs both mass and speed. Both having the same speed, Thor only clocked in at half Hulk's mass at best. So invariably, he
got tossed clear up to New Hampshire.
Thor, for some other reason, has some dollar store baton here as an impulse purchase. He should have run with his Mjolnir. What? Thor plays golf with the green! For about 50 meters on a flat as a pancake trajectory at something like 300 kilometers per hour. Indestructible spandex, by the way, survived. The energy in a male punch, on average, is in the range of 200 joules. My man imparted 10,000 times that! Verdict: lucky Thor's a god. Is it worthy mentioning that this gleefully violates every law of physics that's known?
Yeah, what physic-mathematical concept are you going to wrap around how my other hammer, Stormbreaker, allows me to teleport?
You're a Norse god! That's what simply a Norse god does! New Thor's 3 laws of thermodynamics. In our life currently, Thor would be a handyman using his hammer to hit nails.
My pants in a brand new way.
With that, it's Arthur C. Clarke's third law.
I'm talking about science, not magic.
Well, magic's just science that we don't understand yet. Arthur C. Clarke.
Precisely because of this law, take yourself back to the 17th century for an Instagram flex. You'll be called the hottest witch in town. Literally.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science.
So, perhaps the problem isn't with Thor, the problem is with us. Well, I do have a problem. Thor has placed his hammer on my pizza box!
You're all not worthy.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Worthy.